If you ever watch my first episode on Namibia, I stated vividly that Namibia is Africa's most underrated country. You know why I said that? Because Namibia is not what I expected. The untapped natural beauty, the cleanliness of the cities of Namibia, not just the cities, but the towns and villages. I must confess that I traveled the entire Namibia, and one of the places that really shocked me, and I believe that you are also going to be shocked, is the coast of Namibia. Brothers and sisters, I want to say welcome to the coast of Namibia. Going down. Hard, no! Jeez! Oh my God! Yo, let's do it again. That was so much fun, man. It feels so good to be up here on the Namib Desert, the driest and the oldest desert in the world, and right beside me is the Atlantic Ocean. What else do I need to tell you? Brothers and sisters, welcome to Namibia! Jeez! Oh my God, no! 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 I didn't, no! Oh my God, no! Hell no! 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 Not again! Yo! That's the sea, bro! That was so much fun, man. After having such an unforgettable desert experience here in Namibia, I simply don't understand why Africans have to go all the way to Dubai just to have such an experience of which you can enjoy it here on the continent. I mean, leave a comment and let me know, is it because the tourism board of Namibia is not marketing the country that much? Or is it because Africans don't value what they have on their own continent? But if it's the first one, then I guess the Namibian Tourism Board should employ us. And I believe that we can do a great job. Leave a comment and let me know if you agree with me. Did I convince you to visit Namibia now? No, God! No? Come on! What else do I need to tell you to convince you that Namibia is a perfect tourist destination?
Welcome to the most beautiful part of Namibia, the coast where the ocean meets the dunes.
The Sandwich Harbor. Right here we get the Sandwich Harbor Lagoon. The water here, it's a mix of salt water and fresh water that sips just at the base of the dunes here. Then you get the peninsula that goes into the sea, and that's what creates the harbor. It used to be an active harbor in the 1700s, discovered by the sailors back then. So they would use it to actually anchor their ships in this area. Then they also do some trades. So it was active until the early 1900s. Then the operation basically shifted to the bigger harbor of Walvis Bay.
Let me tell you something. Whenever you go to Namibia, you can go for a jeep safari on the desert, just like what I did. and you're adventurous, just like me, you can also go for quad biking. And you know, one of the things that I know that I will definitely try in my next life is skydiving, because for now, I'm not ready.
So welcome to the Wode Maya Lagoon. This is classified as a Ramsar site. By Ramsar site, it's an international convention that was signed by over 170 countries that agree to protect their wetlands. And these wetlands are protected because of the biodiversity that they support. In this case, the Wode Maya Lagoon is mostly a critical biodiversity site because of the birds, different birds that come to feed here. We get birds from all over the world that fly in and make a stop over here. So the whole idea with the Ramsar site, the different nations agree because they want, if a bird is flying from South America and make a stop over in Namibia, it should be safe and it can stop in another African countries because it's whole Ramsar sites all over the world. So this one, the most famous bird that we get here at the Wode Maya Lagoon is mostly the flamingo. We get two types of flamingos. We get the greater, what you call the greater flamingo, and the other one is the lesser flamingo. The greater flamingo is more of a carnivore. It eats the crustaceans. And to differentiate the two, between the two types, the greater flamingo is slightly bigger and it's big. It's light pink with a black tip on at the end, while the lesser flamingo is smaller, more pink on its feathers, and it's big, it's dark pink. So right now what we see here is the lesser flamingos, and I'm hoping on the other side we're gonna see the lesser flamingo. These are the greater flamingos.
Would you ever believe if I tell you that this is my favorite place in the entire Namibia? I have been showing you guys the Africa that you don't see on TV, but after coming to Swakop and Walvis Bay, I believe that this really represents the Africa that you don't see on TV, to the extent that it shocked even me. I never believed that a place like this really exists on the continent Africa. I would say kudos to all Namibians, because this place is super clean, super organized. I mean, walking along the coastline, seeing the ocean and also an estate made me feel like, damn, this is indeed heaven on earth. My name is Maya, I'm from Ghana, and we are in the coast of Namibia for the first time. And I think this is the most beautiful place I've ever been in my entire journeys across Africa. But since we're here, we definitely want to know how this place was formed. I don't know, even sometimes I was telling people, is it a city or a town? Because when I got to Walvis Bay, they said it's a town. I go to Swakop, you check online, they said it's a city. So literally I'm so confused. So if you can educate us about Swakop and Walvis, I'll be so excited about that.
Yeah. In brief, possibly what I can tell is that Walvis Bay and Swakop Mount, when it comes to the wording of city, both can only be classified as towns. It's only Windhoek can be said is a city because of being the capital city. I was very fortunate to work on those documents, and I was very fortunate to be a chairperson of the reform in terms of local government in Namibia. When you look back at Swakopmund and Walvis Bay, both happened to be colonized by South Africa and also by extension by German. Because you must remember that Swakopmund possibly at that time, South Africans wanted to make it as a port. Because of the area of Swakopmund and looking at the area, Swakopmund could not be the port. Then they decided to extend Walvis Bay, or to make Walvis Bay as a port. The name Walvis Bay it came from the whales. Because Walvis Bay was inhabited quite a number by the whales. If you look into the history of Walvis Bay, where you came to see that the people from Norway in Europe, they have the whaling station in the port. Whales were killed here. It was harvested in Walvis Bay, and then it was later exported to the European countries. If you look quickly in the history of Walvis Bay, you will find that we have surnames like the Taylors, people that came from Liberia, especially from Monrovia in Liberia. We have what we call, when we talk about Quisatmund, especially those people having those surnames, are being called the Monrovians, especially referring to the capital of Liberia. We've got a number of those people. In the later 1980 somewhere there, then we have people that were stranded in Walvis Bay from Cape Verde. Cape Verde, they came as stowaways, and they were also kept captive by the South Africans at that time. Walvis Bay was basically annexed through the annexation of England. Has been part of England, later on been transferred to South Africa to administer as a town because of the strategic location in terms of the port. In 1978, there was a UN resolution as part of Walvis Bay becoming a part of Namibia. It did not later on succeeded. With the independence of Namibia, Walvis Bay was not transferred to Namibia at that time. It remained as one of the towns that were not transferred with the independence of Namibia. Walvis Bay was later on transferred on the night of the 28th February to be officially being part of Namibia on the 1st of March 1994. It means that the reintegration of Walvis Bay took place on the 1st of March 1994. Is when we officially were reintegrated as a part of Namibia.
So which means that you guys became independent in 1994, not even part of the independence of the entire country?
No. We only became part of Namibia in 1994.
So does it mean that moving from Walvis Bay to Swakopmund, that time you need a pass, you need a visa or something like that for you to get there?
Yeah, because if you enter the bridge from Swakopmund, there was a South African area where you have to get permission to enter Walvis Bay. It was very strict because Walvis Bay had a hand on Walvis Bay. South Africa had a hand on Walvis Bay. It was very difficult for you to enter Walvis Bay at that time. And because Walvis Bay was administered from Cape Town, it has been part of South Africa at that time. Because I remember that for you to be in Walvis Bay at that time, in my case, I had a South African ID. My documentations was from South Africa. For somebody coming from Swakopmund to Walvis Bay, we're not regarded as South African because you have to have a pass. It's what we call you need to have a pass. You must be registered. For your stay in Walvis Bay was only very limited. Yeah, it's why you will find that quite a few people in Walvis Bay, their surnames were changed. for you to stay here. And a number of people who used to come and work here, especially they used to stay what you call a compound, working for the fishing industry, and then you have to go back after your time is gone. You have to go back into the inland.
Let me understand. So right now, are you Namibian or South African?
At this time, we are now Namibians.
Yeah, but you were born in South Africa.
We were classified as being born in South Africa. You must remember it was very difficult. It was very classified because when South Africa had their elections in 1994, some of us participated in their elections. We voted for the ANC as a government in South Africa, and we voted for the Western Cape in South Africa.
No fui el primero, ni seré el último, pero sé que lo gozaré. Para serte sincero, un Dios el que te enseñó lo que puedes hacer con mi piel. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the Walvis Bay Salt Company. It's comprising of two companies, Walvis Bay Salt Holdings and the Walvis Bay Salt Refinery. They make solar sea salt. They pump the water from the sea and they put it in the evaporation ponds or the production ponds. They are currently operating on a 6,500 hectares piece of land, and they are producing about 1 million tons of salt per annum. Majority part of their output is coarse salt, the one with big grains, and there's a smaller section where they make table salt that is ready for consumption. So the salt they produce is used for most it's industrial salt. Some, like in South Africa, they extract chlorine. Some they use it in the food industry. Some is also used for de-icing the roads, in snowy countries. But more than 80% of what comes out here is exported. That's why they get these trucks that are always driving up to the port where they have a storage, and there comes then the ships that help ship it out of the country.
Thank you so much for being part of this family, but liking this video will mean a lot to me. And if you are new to the channel, do me a favor, be part of this channel by subscribing to the YouTube channel and help us reach 900,000 subscribers by the end of August. I love you all, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Wode Maya. Peace out.